after Monday Night Raw decided to go the same old route with Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, SmackDown Live and 205 Live decided to go a better way. We're talking number one contenders. We're talking the build to SummerSlam. This is Tuesday Night Live. I'm Travis Colt, going solo. Welcome back. Let's talk about SmackDown. We open up with Randy Orton actually talking about why he's been attacked, or why he attacked Jeff Hardy twice last week, specifically last week on SmackDown, talking about how he used to be called the Legend Killer. He was taking out all the legends, and now he has been the constant through WWE or at least amongst the SmackDown guys. He's the guy that's been there all the time since 2002, and there's all these other stars that people have put on pedestals, and now he's going to take down all of these fan favorites, these pedestal superstars, and he's starting with Jeff Hardy. He says, you can call me the Apex Predator, you can call me the Viper, you can even call me the Legend Killer, but you only need to know me by the three most devastating letters, RKO. So I kind of dig where Randy's going here. So let's see how this feud with Jeff Hardy builds up. Probably going to be an undercard match at SummerSlam. I'm down for that. Speaking of SummerSlam, we're supposed to find out who AJ Styles is going to be defending the WWE Championship against, and both Andrade Cien Almas and Rusev, although both previously losing to AJ Styles, feel that they should be the number one contenders, and so do Zelina Vega and Lana. This leads to Andrade Cien Almas versus Rusev, where Andrade ends up picking up a win after we have a fight outside of the ring between Zelina and Lana. We have Aiden English run down. He tries to pick up Lana and get her off. And as he's trying to calm her down, Zelina ends up jumping on him. He hits Lana head first. Lana goes down. Rusev's distracted. Hammerlock DDT. Rusev loses to Andrade. And then in the back, Rusev feels like neither Lana or Aiden is good enough for Rusev Day. So a lot of tension amongst the ravishing Rusev Day camp. R-Truth returned, had a hell of a conversation with Ty Dillinger, only to lose to Samoa Joe. Asuka defeated Billie Kay very quickly. And speaking of AJ Styles, we found out that he would not be facing James Ellsworth. James Ellsworth tried to interrupt the contract signing. AJ had already signed. Paige was kind of talking about who AJ was going to face. Ellsworth ended up getting fired and then thrown out of the building. Paige made sure that he went out, following the security guards that were carrying him out. And while AJ was alone in the ring, he would be attacked and put to sleep by Samoa Joe, who would then sign the open contract. Apparently Paige had already chosen him, but kind of got in his face about how he did it, and he said, hey, what you wanted me to do was pedestrian. What I just did out there, that was phenomenal. So it is official: Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship at SummerSlam. Speaking of number one contenders, Becky Lynch defeated Carmella to officially ensure that she will get a women's title match at SummerSlam. Carmella was pretty confident going in, but didn't get the job done. And the Bludgeon Brothers are ready to find out who their number one contenders are, as Paige set up a mini 4-team tournament. This week we had New Day defeat Sanity, and New Day will now face the winner of next week's match, and that'll be between The Bar and the Usos. And then to finish off the night, we had the Miz and Mrs. Premier Party. This was essentially a ploy to get Daniel Bryan to come out, try and ruin things, and then Miz ended up beating down Daniel Bryan. So we're definitely building Bryan versus Miz for SummerSlam. And then I did watch Miz and Mrs. I'm not that big of a fan of reality TV, but it had a couple moments where it was a little too staged for me. But I mean, it's funny. There's some other superstars showing up, and Miz is pretty funny. So is Maurice. So I might watch another episode. We'll find out. Then on 205 Live, we open up with Akira Tozawa defeating Jack Gallagher. Fantastic match between the two of them. And then Akira actually asking Drake Maverick, who is at ringside, because they've been hyping up the Fatal 4-Way number 1 Contenders match for Cedric Alexander's Cruiserweight title. He actually went up to Drake Maverick and asked for a rematch against Lio Rush. And then Dasha met up with Lio in the back, and Lio has already moved on from Akira Tozawa. He doesn't feel like Akira deserves another shot, and he needs to keep his name out of his mouth. So apparently it's not cool for Lio Rush. We had Lucha House Party defeat a couple jobbers named Ryan DePolo, whatever his name was, and Chris Robinson. Buddy Murphy was watching. This is obviously setting up for a tag team match somewhere down the line, maybe at SummerSlam, where we'll have Lucha House Party versus the Premier Athlete and the Juggernaut. And then in the main event, a Fatal 4-Way, fantastic action all the way through. Drew Gulak picks up a win, defeating Mustafa Ali, Hideo Itami, and TJP with the Gulak on Mustafa Ali. With that being said, let's talk about the likes, loves, and dislike. I really like, as I already said, I like Randy Orton's very direct, I've worked my ass off for so many years, and yet someone who left a couple times, like Jeff Hardy, can come back and he is who you want. Am I not popular enough because I don't paint my face, or because I flail my arms? He's playing that heel veteran role really well. He's at a point, he's like, I have to do all these stupid things to get your attention, but I've been here busting my ass for 16 years, and you just don't care. You don't care about what I've done. Well, now I'm going to get back at you by taking out all of your favorite guys. I really like just very bare bones, you like this person better than me? Fine, I'm going to take them out. Which people should just start cheering Roman Reigns, and he might take out Roman Reigns. That'd be great. So yeah, I really like where Randy Orton's going with this, and on top of that, I really liked Andrade versus Rusev. The match was fantastic. Great story build for Rusev and Lana and Aiden. Plus, it's another really good win for Andrade, really putting a lot of stock into him, especially beating a guy who just was in a title match against the champion. Andrade had a match against AJ Styles, but it wasn't for the WWE title, so beating a former number 1 contender, that's a good moment for Andrade. And speaking of number 1 contenders, my love is all 3 of the number 1 contenders. First off, Samoa Joe. Fantastic way to... I kind of wish that someone else was going to get the spot. I kind of wish it was just like Joe took it, because he's watching, he sees that AJ's already signed the contract, but the fact that he was already chosen and decided to just go above what Paige wanted him to do and just go out there and beat the hell out of AJ, very cool for Samoa Joe. I'm really excited to see Joe versus AJ. I mean, that's a potential show stealer right there, because these two have been killing it for years, whether it's on the indies, in TNA, anywhere. These two have fantastic chemistry, and it's going to be amazing to watch this at SummerSlam. Hopefully they get a good chunk of time and aren't really forced to, make room for Brock Lesnar or make room for, the Braun Strowman, Kevin Owens thing. I really hope they get a good chunk of time. It will be SummerSlam, so it's going to be 5 hours long anyway. But yeah, hoping for a real solid match, I'm going to get a solid match. I just want a good chunk of time for these two to really show everybody what they got going on. Becky Lynch, I love the fact that she's been picking up these wins and getting back in a number 1 contender spot. Surprised that they are not going with Asuka, but really happy that they're giving Becky another shot. I think this is good in a sense that, Becky's been kind of floundering for a very long time. The stuff she did with Charlotte was good, but the fact that she hasn't really had a prominent role other than being the second to Charlotte, it's nice to see her getting the forefront, going against someone who is as dislikable as Carmella. Just adds to Becky's stock And, you know, with Ellsworth out of the picture, if he actually is fired, I don't know if that's going to make a huge difference or if they're going to change it up. But Becky seems to have a better chance than most people have in recent history as far as facing Carmella. And then, of course, this is a love for me. This is a love for Kevin Hawk, who would love to be here to talk about this. But Drew motherfucking Gulak. This guy was the most solid in this entire Fatal 4-Way. And to see him finally get a spot, I'm so stoked to see him and Cedric. Just watching him go against people like TJP, who can get technical but can also fly, and then watch him go, try and ground Mustafa and just go toe to toe with Hideo. Drew Gulak can do everything, and so to see someone as well-rounded as he is going at someone who is as athletic and just as amazing to watch as Cedric Alexander is. This match, again, I hope, if I'm pretty sure this is at SummerSlam, since SummerSlam's only a couple weeks away, they need proper billing. They cannot be on the pre-show. This needs to be main card, good chunk of time, because this is, if given enough time, these two will put on one hell of a show. So congratulations to all the number one contenders. That leads me into my dislike. As much as I love the New Day, again, Sanity really needs to be picking up more wins, and I feel like them, even though it's heel versus heel, Sanity is significantly more over than the Bludgeon Brothers, and I think it would be great to see the Usos maybe lose to the Bar. Well, no, the Bar haven't been around, so maybe have the Usos actually lose to the Bar, since the Usos have kind of been on a losing streak, and then have the Bar, who are used to being the rough and tumble, like, hey, we can take on anyone, have them be overwhelmed by the numbers, and then that really makes people think, can Sanity take the titles away from the Bludgeon Brothers? The fact that the Bludgeon Brothers are only two people. So I feel like this is really building up to, hey, the go-home show to SummerSlam, we're going to have Usos versus New Day, and maybe Usos are going to get another shot, or maybe New Day, I don't know. I feel like the number one contender match should have been Bar versus Sanity, go all heels. I'm hoping they have a brilliant outcome for this. There's a good end game. But I love the New Day. Don't get me wrong. I just wish that Sanity was getting a little bit more of a push going into this match. Maybe they'll cause some chaos and get themselves involved in like a post SummerSlam feud for the tag titles. That's what I'm hoping for, at least. But with that being said, that is it for Tuesday Night Live. Thanks for watching, guys. You know the drill. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Click the links down below. Check out all the social media links. We post stuff on our Facebook. You can find updates, video uploads on Twitter. You can also check out our podcast. That's a SoundCloud link. And there's Reasonable Wrestling Fans. It's Reasonable with a W, like wrestling, where we have the list with Kevin Hawk. We got Question of the Week with Thomas Wolf. We got some other videos that are looking to start popping up here fairly soon. We also have unboxing videos. We have a brand new Battle of the Boxes. You can check out Did We Choose WWE Slam Crate, where we got this cool little Braun Strowman guy, or did we stick with Pro Wrestling Crate, where we got a little micro brawler of Tetsuya Naito? Let us know what other videos you'd like to see over there. I mean, we're always up for that, but there's other videos that are loosely based around wrestling. But for now, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next. Oh yeah, fuck Modus.